First time that I went to one of the Singer Think events, I walked in this space and was just like, what is this magical wonderland? Literally, anyone in there and feel welcome and feel accepted and feel like you can be whoever you want to be without judgment. And it was one of the first times for me actually that I've really truly felt in a space where I was like, wow, like this is home.
I am Bimini and welcome to Pop Tarts. I am so excited. The one and only Jade Thirlwall from Little Mix. Hey babes, how are you?
I've eaten a lot of pastries today.
Gorgeous.
And that's me.
You get that delivery Greg's order.
You know what I mean? Oh, I love Greg so much. Greg, send us a sausage roll. Thank you.
Yeah. Greg's, if you listen, send me a vegan one.
Oh,
Put
yeah.
my address. I'll pin my address.
I forgot you're a vegan. You never mention it, do you?
I don't really go on about it that much. I kind of just want to be one of those vegans that don't talk about it, you know. I'm sure you've got some exciting things that you're excited for people to see as well.
Oh yeah, we've got a lot going on at the minute. It's a bit annoying. I can't really like say what I've been up to.
Yeah.
Secret at the minute. I'm sure it is for you as well. It's
just showbiz, baby. So can we talk about Sweet Melody and already your iconic choreography?
Oh.
Now, did you love that song when you first heard it?
Yes, honestly, the minute I heard it, I think, yeah, me and Leanne were in LA at the time.
Oh, amazing.
A lot of writing, and we were working with Taylor Parks,
nice.
Who's done a lot of the Ariana stuff, is an amazing artist in her own right. And yeah, we were doing a few sessions, and Taylor played us Sweet Melody, which was written by Taylor and Emanike, and immediately, as soon as I heard the do 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 do, I was like, I'm in. And then we sent it to the girls. We were like, what do you think? And it was kind of like under the radar for a bit. We knew it would definitely make the album, but it was never really in the running for a single until Hez really like championed it and pushed for it. I just had such a good feeling about it. And me and the girls always say, like, when you can visualize a video for a song, you know it's like a hit. That's like our go-to. So it was really for us to do a good dance choreography led video. And then I thought, you know what, Huns, why don't you have a chaps moment? I'll do a split for you and we'll see how it goes. Oh, yeah. It really took off.
Yeah. So yeah, the video for Sweet Melody, that was filmed at Printworks. So Sing the Pink are doing a massive party there in November, which is really exciting. So have you missed going out over the last year and letting your hair down?
Oh, Bimini, I can't explain how much I'm gagging.
Yeah.
I miss it so much. Do you know what I miss more than anything? It's like not even the drinking or you know, having a wild one. It's just being on like a dance floor and just do you know what I mean? Because it's a bit awkward doing it by yourself in your flat. You want that you want to be in a club where everyone's joining in and
if you're out in a club and like you hear one of your songs come on, how do you feel?
It depends if it's one I like. If it's one that I'm not that arsed about, I'm like, oh God. And you know what, when I'm on a night out or if I'm anywhere in a shop or whatever, if one of my songs comes on, everyone does the same thing with the turn and they go,
yeah.
Like, what do you want us to do? What do you want?
Performance there and then. So another thing, so obviously me being part of the LGBTQI acronym, we're very appreciative for all the work that you've done for kind of mermaids and all of the charities that you work for. How important is that to you, being an ally? I am always quite conscious of like making sure that I become an ally and I'm an ally in the right way and it's not performative or, you know, like you say, for clout. And I think, you know, I've always obviously been an ally, but maybe not as active as I have been the most like recent years. You know, and I think for me, it's important to use our platform to raise this and show our fans how they can be allies, show them that, you know, it's not just about like turning up at Pride once a year and like wearing a rainbow, you know what I mean? Which is, but I was probably that basic ally like years and years ago before I really like educated myself. And I think that's as well as, you know, learning to learn, educate yourself, listen to the LGBTQ plus community, you know, learn the pronouns and all these things that you mightn't have been aware of before. It's okay that you didn't before. It's just important that you learn now. I do really believe that change always happens quicker
with allies involved. So.
Totally. And I think it's important to have conversations about that where it's not trying to bring someone down for doing something wrong, because that will never change someone's opinion. I think like we're always learning. I've changed, like I change over the years. We always learn and grow. Like no one's got the right answers. It's just trying to strive to be the best that you can and know that you mess up sometimes and you learn from that, and that's important. And how important do you think spaces like Sink the Pink are for the queer world?
Talking from my own experience, the first time that I went to one of the Sink the Pink events, I walked in this space and was just like, what is this magical wonderland? You know, but you know what it's like, you know, literally anyone in there and feel welcome and feel accepted and feel like you can be whoever you want to be without judgment. And that's the most incredible thing, to create a space like that for people who maybe haven't felt like they could be themselves before. And it was one of the first times for me actually that I've, you know, really truly felt in a space where I was like, wow, like this is home. This is incredible. Yeah, and we've performed at Sink the Pink as well, like as a group, and that's one of my favourite gigs that we've ever done, because it was a few times so we could sit down and be like, right, let's, you know, let's dress as the Powerpuff Girls and go with the theme that maybe that audience might not have like got as much. I feel like with Sink the Pink, anything goes. You can be as creative as you want and people just lap it up. You've
been touring everywhere. How do you keep it going? Like when you're doing a tour, for example, you're in another country and you've got, do you do it, is it like every night? How do you keep it going, keep the energy alive, doing the choreo and everything?
Ooh, good question. I miss touring so much actually. It's my favorite thing to do in the world, because I feel like it doesn't matter how shit you're feeling, whatever you're going through, the minute you get on stage and you've got like a sea of people who know your music and are there to support you. It's like nothing, I mean, you'll know when you perform, like nothing can describe that feeling, that adrenaline.
And even if you're not feeling it beforehand, and as soon as you go out there, it's like it changes.
There's literally been times when like I'm, you know, being backstage and you might be going through something in your personal life or just feel under the weather and like, oh god, I don't think I can do it tonight, or I don't think I'll give it my best. And then you just get on there and you just do it. Like something comes over you. You've
obviously like experienced the ups and downs and negatives and positives of fame and being thrust into the limelight. How would you give advice to anyone to kind of cope with that? Obviously, I've just come off a reality television show, and I'm getting used to it as well. Like the switch.
Yeah, do you know what, really don't read the comments, because I do not do that, and it really benefits your mental health to not. And I would say to, remember who you are, surround yourself with people who keep you humble, trust, you know. Unfortunately, we've, you know, had to learn over the years and over our career that, you know, not everyone is who you expect them to be, and it's just industries where you have to just, you know, make sure that you're looking after yourself and you're being exactly who you want to be and not being morphed into someone or told how to be. And I guess we're really
difficult. It's difficult when you come into a space and there's lots of people having an opinion and you feel like you want to please people because you don't want to mess it up.
Exactly, especially when you first enter the industry. It's like so many people telling you like what sort of artist you should be or how you should look, and engage with people. And especially at a young age for us, it was like, oh, it was a lot, especially because I feel like in the beginning we really knew who we wanted to be as a band. And it did, you know, it was really organic. It all came from us in terms of like branding and how we wanted to look and all that. So, you know, luckily I feel like we were good at maintaining who we were and who we wanted to be, even when we had people in our ear all the time telling us otherwise.
How have you dealt with any kind of online negative trolling? Do you just ignore it? Just like,
oh, flag off! No, I just ignore it, to be honest. I am known amongst the girls as being a bit of a like little Rottweiler, you know. I literally like made my own Daily Mail comments page section so I could like go at them and have anyone that had something to say about us or the girls, because I'm very
difficult. Oh, that's the worst place on this planet, the Daily Mail comments.
Toxic. And you know, I think in the beginning, because I was so new to it, I was like, how are all these people allowed to say these things and get away with it? Like, why are there no consequences? I think it was one of the fans, like a few years ago, messaged us and was like, why are you giving these people attention when there's people like me that are like desperate for a reply from you, desperate for your love and attention. I was like, do you know what? You're actually so right.
Yeah.
Like, I've far too much time trying to have a go at these people when there's like 10 times more actual fans giving you love and support music who you could be engaging with instead.
We tried to do the best we can, and I think we tried to be positive, but unfortunately negativity can kind of get in there and tap on that positive, and it just brings you down, and it's easier to feed into that.
It does. It hurts when people have a go at you, or I do find now I feel like it's quite hard when you do have that platform. Like, I find myself being worried all the time, like in interviews and things, like, oh, if I say the wrong thing, or if I word swing the wrong way, like, people are going to come for us and all this. And you just have to remember, like, if your intention is right and your heart's in the right place, that's all you can do, really.
Totally. You get back what you put out into the universe. So as long as you're putting out positivity, you're going to get that back for yourself. And the people that are being the trolling, like karma.
Well, yeah, karma's a bitch.
Karma is a bitch. So last question, and then we're going to go on to some fan questions that they've sent in. So what can you tell us is coming up for Little Mix this year?
I don't know how much I'm allowed to say without getting told off. Like, what the fuck have I done in the past few months? We've been doing a lot of writing as well.
Amazing.
As usual with Camille, who we adore, and Aminike and Trey, writing new music. So that's been our main focus, I think, at the minute. Now that I've been doing a lot more songwriting, especially with Leanne as well, and we have the publishing deal, I feel a bit less pressure now. I used to always walk and be like, oh God, if I don't get a hit, it means I'm really crap at what I do. And so I've had to learn to be a bit kinder to myself over the years and go in a session and be, oh, what? It's like any job. You have good and bad days. It's been we write a song and we listen back and I'm like, what a load of shite. And then there's another, when I listen, I'm like, oh my God, we're the best. So,
well, that's it. As artists, we do that. Like, we always, I feel like I always think of it where I always say I'm only as good as my last look, because I never think about all the amazing stuff I've done. I'm like, oh, that was good or it wasn't good. And then I focus on that. And I think as artists, we're always changing. So sometimes we're going to have days where it's not our best. But I think we've got some questions from the fans. Did you see that? What would your drag name be? Now, I think I know this one.
I think you do, yeah. So I always tell this story. Basically, Willem, who was a good friend of mine, named me Sinead Nibbles because whenever I go on a night out, I always have a snack in my clutch bag. When I get in the taxi and I'm absolutely mortal and I'm hungry and I can't wait to get home, I pull out a little Lunchable or a little digestive that I've kept in my bag, and they need a nibbles.
That's good advice for people to take, I think. Always have a snack.
Yeah, there you go.
Can you give us a duet of UK Hun right now?
Oh my God. I mean, Campbell's trying to do it at the same time. I've just fucking got that song out of my head as well, and now it's back in.
Bing, bang, bong.
Sing, sang, song.
Ding, dang, dong. UK Hun. And it's going around and around and around and around, yeah. But what does it do? I don't have a clue. Sing it loud, sing it loud, sing it loud, yeah. I think you need to we need to do a little mixed verse on UK Hun.
Christ.
I loved it because when we first heard that, I was like, this sounds like a nursery rhyme. I was like, this is not like this sounds like a... And then we were like, we wanted to make the choreo quite sexy to it because it was like that. So then we did that and we had a lot of fun with it, and we didn't realize that it was going to have that impact because obviously when you're in the show, you're just filming. So we were onto the like it was Snatch Game next, so we didn't even think about it. And then when it came out and it was just going crazy, it was mad.
Oh, do you know what? That's what it is. I love the juxtaposition of the nursery rhyme-esque, melody, and then you flagging it up on the stage. I'm like, yeah perfectly. That's very Little Mix.
Exactly. So we've got another one. What Little Mix song means a lot to you?
Oh God, so many of them actually. Off the top of my head, I would probably say Strip.
Yeah.
Because, like we were talking about earlier, like comments and stuff, when we wrote Strip, we were with Camille and we came in the session and we were all really upset. I think me and Perry had just been packed coming out of the label or something, and people were like making loads of nasty comments. I was in the studio a lot, so I just kept eating like pancakes every day, and I put a little bit of timber on, and somebody said that they thought I was pregnant, and I was like, ah. And you know, people always say that we're ugly and this and that. You know, people have always got something to say about us. I guess it's
people
just
are assholes.
Yeah. And we went in the session, we were telling Camille all these things that people say about her and having a proper like rant and moan, and then we turned it into Strip, the song.
Amazing.
So that's
Turn
a good
it into art.
Yeah.
Can Bimini join the confetti tour, please? And I promise I didn't ask this.
Oh, honestly, I'd absolutely love that. I feel like you'd fit in very well with Little Mix, costume wise. We could come up with some good leotards together.
Yeah, we need to get the latex.
Oh, yeah, very. Yeah.
You're about to lip sync for your life. What do you lip sync?
My first would probably be "Living for Love" by Madonna.
Yeah, great one.
Like feel good songs. Definitely wouldn't wear a cape when I sang it. Do you know what I always thought, actually, because I love this song, it's mine and my best friend's favourite song is "Drove All Night" by Celine Dion. And then when Priyanka did it on Canada's Drag Race, I was like, I was blown away. That for me is one of my favourite lip syncs that's ever been on Drag Race. Like, I was absolutely gagged and watched it over and over again. And then finally, probably have to do, this is me going off if I was in the bottom two like 3 weeks in a row, by the way. A Diana Ross song, maybe like Chain Reaction or Upside Down. I feel like that would be a moment as well.
I feel like because Tace had lip sync 3 times in a row, and they didn't give her any upbeat numbers. Bless her. She's a killer choreo, but she got 2 ballads and a Jess Glynn song, so it was a bit bless her. I was like waiting for her to bust out the moves, but then yeah. Oh, another question coming in.
Another glove.
What did the pandemic change about your life, and what will you do differently now?
I think I've learned how to prioritize what's more important in my life a bit. Yeah, I feel like communication with like my family and friends has gone up a bit, which is nice. I feel like I've fallen in love with things again, like painting and pottery, things that I wouldn't usually have time for. So I'm really hoping that as I get going again and like maintain those things, because they've been really good for my mental health. I think just anything creative, I think, is really good for you. So, you know, if you try and do that as often as possible, it's good. It's good for your soul, isn't it? And then also,
it really is.
I found a bit of love in lockdown, so that was nice. Yeah, that's made me really happy. So I'm very grateful, because those things wouldn't have happened, you know, if I wasn't in lockdown. So I'm trying to find a
Well, we've got to, but I agree. I think it allowed us a lot of time to reflect. And I was, even with everything I was doing in drag, I was going like full speed ahead, not really having time to reflect on that, and like having to stop and really take a moment and be like, okay, what is important? Everything has stopped. All of my income has stopped. Like what's going on? And you kind of allow yourself time to do the things that you haven't been able to do in ages. And that's important to do.
Exactly. And I guess for you as well, because you guys had the gap, right?
Yeah, so that was weird, because we stopped as it was getting worse. I remember like having the TV in my room, in the hotel room every morning, seeing like it getting worse, like going up, and I was like, what's going on here? And they're like, it's fine. And then we obviously had to stop, but yeah, we had that big break, and then I've been obviously very grateful, because I knew I had that to look forward to. We didn't know when we were going to go back. We didn't know if we were even going to go back, but yeah, we had that break, and I'm very grateful for everything that is happening now. So I'm not being past any more questions, so I think that's all we've got time for. So thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure. Jade, you're an absolute icon. I can't wait to see everything that you do, and I hope to see you very, very soon.
Yes, I just want to say as well that I absolutely adore you, and you deserve everything that's about to come your way. You're so special, and
oh, babe, thank you.
Mwah.
I love you. Mwah.
Thanks, Think the Pink. Bye.